Hey everybody, welcome back to another ST 3D video, and like always, I'm VJ. Today we're going to be talking about those weird noises that your printer make and you have no idea what they are or where they're coming from. So this morning I woke up to this beautiful sound here. Not so great, is it? So today we're going to go over how to eliminate or minimize these noises. Let's get started.
So the first thing you want to do is remove these two bolts. Once you get it removed, go ahead and just move the fan housing to the side, and these two screws that you see here, go ahead and give those a little tighten too. Now do it so you feel comfortable how much you tighten it. After that, wiggle around, see mine didn't move, so then I'm going to go and just put the housing back on. But before that, I'm going to check the side fan just to make sure it's not a little loose. Here it did feel a little loose to me, so what I ended up doing is, to make it easier, I mounted it back on first, and then I checked those 4 screws there. So I went ahead and tightened those 4 screws. Now, as I was tightening these screws, I realized that they just kept turning and turning and turning. So I decided to go ahead and put a washer on it. Unfortunately, every store around my neighborhood did not have a washer in this size, so I had to improvise. Basically what I did is I took a piece of zip tie, drilled a hole into it, as you can see there, and then stuck the screw right into it. I did this for all 4 screws. And once I went ahead and drilled a hole, put the screw through, I went ahead and took some cutters or pliers or whatever you have handy, and just go ahead and snip off the surrounding area of the head of the screw. So basically just cut around it, but don't go too deep. You still want a little bit of strength on the zip tie when you put it in, but just enough space to where the grooves on the side of the fan, the zip tie actually goes into it. So once you do that, go ahead and just put all 4 screws back on the machine. Now, just to let you know, while this is a good idea, there's other things that you can do. Now, every printer noise is different. Mine, I was able to fix by doing this. So my recommendation would be, as you're tightening these 4 screws, go ahead and check everything else that you possibly can. Sometimes the parts that you print for your Creality CR10 or whatever printer you might have, if they're not bolted down, they might rattle because of the vibration. I printed a screw cover for my printer, and that could be a reason as well because of the rattling. Another thing that's very common is your nozzle actually hitting the print as it's printing, causing weird noises as well. So check that as well, guys. Make sure your bed's leveled, everything is great, and sometimes the Z-axis drops down, so just be careful with that. Also, check all the screws, bolts, check your belts, just make sure all the wheels under the bed, everything is good. Lubricate your Z-axis if you can, and once you're all done, you should get a printer that sounds something like this. Alright, so there it is, guys. But for some reason, if you try all these methods out and it does not work for you, leave me a comment down below, or go ahead and post a video on my Facebook page, Santube 3D Printing, and I will take a look at it and try to help you out as much as I can. Videos do help a lot to identifying the problems if you're asking other people for help. So keep that in mind, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, go ahead and give it a like or subscribe if you want to see new content. And like always, guys, good luck and happy printing.